Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a close look at buying your first home, specifically in a really unique South African town, Makhanda. Our mission. Well, it's to help you understand its special property market and, spot those tricky hidden costs right from the start.
That's exactly right. We've been looking closely at an article from revitalisation.com. It's called Beware Hidden Costs, Entry-Level Property in Makhanda. And what's really clear is how much the local details shape, everything there.
Exactly. So whether you're dreaming of that first home or maybe you're just curious about what makes a small town market tick, we're going to dive into the important stuff so you feel, really well prepared. But kind of certainly has its own vibe, doesn't it? Very different from the big cities like Joburg or Cape Town. What makes this property market stand out, especially for someone new to buying?
Well, what's fascinating is how a few things mix together there. You've got a really strong student presence that's thanks to Rhodes University, which creates a busy rental market.
Ah, okay. So lots of students needing places to live.
Precisely. And that can mean good income for property owners, sure. But it also suggests, properties might see higher turnover, maybe more wear and tear. That's something new owners definitely need to think about for repairs down the line.
Right, so that student demand isn't just about rent money. It actually has practical sides like maintenance costs. Are there other local things happening, things that might impact property values?
Oh, absolutely. The local government and community groups, they're actively working on what they call revitalisation projects.
Revitalization, like fixing things up?
Yeah, think about improvements to parks, maybe upgrading local roads or restoring some of the older buildings. Knowing about these plans is, it's a key benefit, really, because improvements in your specific neighborhood can boost property value over time. Makes your home a smarter investment.
Okay, that makes sense.
But you also have to consider these projects can sometimes bring, temporary hassles, like construction noise, or even potentially slightly higher local taxes, maybe, to fund the changes.
Okay. So, upsides and potential downsides to watch. It really sounds like getting plugged into the local scene gives a buyer an edge. But even in a market that sounds promising, that revitalisation.com article warns about those sneaky hidden costs. What are some specific ones first-time buyers in Makhanda should really watch out for?
That's a really important point.
Yeah.
It's definitely not just the purchase price you see listed. In Makhanda, look, a lot of homes are older, so things like fixing roofs, dealing with old plumbing, or maybe unexpected electrical issues can just pop up after you move in.
The joys of older properties sometimes.
Exactly. And maybe a bit more uniquely, some older properties in Makhanda might have what you could call complex ownership histories.
Complex histories, what does that mean, practically?
It means maybe old records aren't totally clear, or the property's been passed down informally through generations. That could potentially lead to higher legal fees, just to make absolutely sure you get a clean, clear title to the place. And, of course, don't forget the basic costs, like moving itself, getting your utilities set up, all that stuff adds up, too.
Wow, okay, so beyond that initial price, there's a real need to, dig deeper. What can someone actually do to uncover these specific issues, to save themselves trouble later on?
Yeah, the source really stresses being smart about it. First step, get a thorough home inspection and make sure it's by an expert who really knows older South African homes. That's key.
Right, not just any inspector.
No, definitely not. And read all the important papers, things like the property's title deed, its history, who owned it before. Especially look for any unresolved issues mentioned there. Also, talking to local real estate agents who really specialize in Makhanda is a huge benefit.
Why them specifically?
Well, they often know the inside track, about specific neighborhood plans or common issues may be found in certain streets or areas. And another thing, research any local tax breaks or maybe government grants available for first-time buyers. Those can sometimes really cut down your overall costs.
Okay, that's some solid advice. And that's pretty much our deep dive into buying property in Makhanda. We've talked about what makes Makhanda special, the student population, the rental potential, plus the impact of new developments, and crucially, how important it is to understand those hidden costs.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, really understanding these local details from amenities and taxes to just how old a property is, it truly empowers you as a buyer.
Yeah.
Properties in places like Makhanda, they can offer more accessible entry points, maybe steadier growth compared to the huge cities like Cape Town or Johannesburg. If you do your homework, that is.
So what does this all mean for you listening? It means doing that specific research, asking the pointed questions, and importantly, planning ahead for those costs you might not expect right away.
And here's something to think about. With all these revitalization efforts going on, what surprising new things, maybe new businesses or community hubs could Makhanda bring? How might that change how we think about small-town property investment? That's a really interesting question, isn't it? How might these ongoing changes actually reshape future property values? Maybe in ways we can't fully predict today. And what opportunities might that create for people getting in early?
Lots to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We hope you feel a bit more ready to explore the exciting world of property in Makhanda.